was like, I forgot how it goes after a certain point.
I could do the entire fucking song.
Yeah, I couldn't, obviously.
The original weird 80s one or the remade modern rock. For those of you that don't know what we were doing, it was 99 Red Balloons. Or if you're
99 Luft Red Balloons, right?
No. If it's German, it's 99 Luftballons. Luftballons.
Lufa balloons. They were actually...
Which also sounds like the Luftwaffe, and we don't want to talk about that.
Or the Louvre, which is, I think...
That's the Louvre.
The Louvre.
I pronounce things how they're spelled, so it's the Louvre.
Louvre. Lube. It's the lube.
It'd be a lot cooler if it was.
It's in France, right?
Yeah.
Let's get we're fucking around. We're just fucking around, guys. So, but actually, before we get into like where you been, because this isn't really a where you been, but so I like football was all I did this weekend, so that's a spoiler alert for where you been. But like everybody's got this call that they're going with, you know. Like I feel like we need a good call to come back, or nobody has a call, is what I meant. Like you know, you used to have the like down goes Frazier, goes Frazier, or like Milo Hamilton always had his things. Yeah, you're set, your go-to. And I feel like we haven't had enough of those. So I was like, we got to like make something that we can just start, and then
that's where this came
we'll
from.
Ingrain it into there. And I was kind of just trying to rhyme weird words, and I was like, I don't know. And Emma and I were talking, and I think were the Cubs playing the Marlins last week? I don't know. She's a Cubs fan. She has the games on the iPad sometimes. And I said something was Darlin like a Marlin. And I said it in that accent. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I was like, I would assume that like if you get a big marlin, maybe you're a fisherman, you're like, man, that's a darlin looking marlin.
Oh, big home run. That was a darlin like a marlin.
So we should just make that.
I mean, I feel like you have to be a commentator for the Marlins though for that to work.
Oh no. Because like if you think about it as a fisherman, you get not an expert or anything, but probably a big fish to catch. It's probably a big deal.
So you could do it on fishing shows.
So like, I got me a marlin. That's what Dr. Evil said.
Tell you what, that one's a darlin like a marlin.
That's darlin like a marlin right there. Or just like if you're saying like, oh man, that's like you say darlin, but you compare it to that's darlin like a marlin, right? That pass was darlin like a marlin. You know, it's like a fuckable spiral. That's what that means.
People are gonna be like, dude, you don't know what darlin means. Like, nah, it's just colloquialism.
Man, that was darlin.
Who? Nobody uses that colloquialism. It's an old one. It's out there.
But it's that right because it seems like it's been there for a while.
It doesn't though.
It sort of does.
But we're gonna make it seem like that.
But yeah. So we're just this week, guys. I'd like you to just find a way to work into. You see a big play. Everybody work it into a conversation today. And like, ladies, maybe you're not like I know Stephanie Ibaba's not a big sports gal. She doesn't understand a lot of the football, but we appreciate you. We love you for listening through it anyways, or skipping through. I don't know, but we appreciate you listening anyways. And if you're like you're hanging out with some of the fellas over the weekend, Stephanie, and like they're watching a game, just be like, man, that guy was that was darlin like a marlin. They're like, what the fuck? And like it seems
I think you would have to say a darlin like a marlin.
Or like that play was darlin like a marlin. That was a purdy play.
I still think
that's like saying
that was a darlin.
That's
like
saying
marlin.
Something's a butte or something's purdy.
Say it was a darlin like a marlin. I think it works better.
I just feel like darlin like a marlin has to go together. Also, I want to make shirts that say it. I want to make shirts that say it. That's really another way. I was like, we could market this. More money in our pockets.
I think we got to hold off on that one for a bit.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait till it catches on because it will. We got to wait through the weekend, obviously.
Now you're going to want to copyright it as well.
Oh, I've already copyrighted it.
Okay.
Don't worry. Nobody else is going to think of that either. And I just put a verbal trademark on it now. Done. So you guys can't steal that. But still, like if you guys watch a big play, like Stephanie, you see, man, that running back made you say Carlos Hyde broke that big run on Monday, and Stephanie's watching at the bar. That run was darlin like a marlin. They're like, what the fuck does that mean? And you're like, you guys, you never heard that before. And then you make them feel like they're crazy, and it plays off, and then they have to start using darlin like a marlin.
Oh, you're not big sports guys?
Yeah. They'll use it like that's the cool thing to do, and then they're like, man, I thought I was cool. So that's really what it is. So like if you don't know sports, use it, and then that makes you kind of alpha everybody that does know sports because they think they don't know something. And then if you do know sports, then you just like own it anyways. And you're like, yeah, I'm a genius, obviously, because I say this all the time. So it's a win-win situation. Everything is darling like a marlin. This podcast is going to be darling like a motherfucking marlin today. Okay, guys? Mm-hmm. It's gravy day. Let's get into where you been.
Where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
Okay. Where have you been, Pat?
I've been doing a couple things. I ran up to Fredericksburg again. That's 2 weeks in a row, but this one I actually had a reason for. We'll get into that later. It's my not cool. Get your tissues ready. It's not a fun one, guys. But also, other than that, I started doing some keto. Yeah. Alex has read the prep sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. It's a tearjerker. Started doing some keto just because last time I was here, I hopped on your scale and I was like, man, I'm fat as shit, and I really don't want a seatbelt extender when I go up north in a month. So I gotta do something.
So you have a month, you said.
Right about, yeah. I let myself a month to lose weight.
Like, what do you think? Like, you got to lose? Like, do you have a?
I don't know.
poundage,
It's
or do you
probably a
just-
futile effort anyway. I'm a fat piece of shit.
I was gonna say we could take bets on this. That'd be pretty
No,
fun.
like it's
like it would motivate you in your weight loss journey.
like we're talking about Miami winning the Super Bowl odds here. Not good odds.
I did bet on the Giants on Monday because their Super Bowl odds went to plus 10,000, and I was like, I'll throw $100 on that. I'm fine.
God, dude, like throw 10. You just wasted $100. Throw $10 on that.
I threw 100 on it, but just think of how much more
Damn it,
if
dude,
they win it.
You are a degenerate.
I'm not.
But anyway.
Because I only do a couple of those a year.
You're a
I
degenerate.
bet West Ham, and West Ham has a huge
You just
payout.
wasted $100. You're a degenerate.
That's $200 technically.
So-
but still, I trust my teams. I believe in them.
So basically, all it is not doing carbs and just stopping drink. Like preview of not cool. No beer and no soda.
I feel like a weirdo.
We'll get
just
to that
sitting
later.
here
We'll get to
with-
that. Well, I mean, I'm still drinking whiskey. That's
yeah, but you're not drinking.
But,
Like Southern Star hooked us up with Sigord.
I know. We'll get to it. But
And
like I said,
he's
I'm
not
still drinking whiskey. That's the only reason I could do keto is because you can drink all the whiskey you want, you can eat all the meat you want, and you can have all the cheese you want. It's just like not bread and not pasta. So I was like, oh, okay, I can do this.
Whiskey,
But just cutting
no
out
carbs.
No, whiskey's fine. I mean,
gluten is that
technically it like slows down ketosis, but like I don't know. I haven't looked like I don't know. I just listen to all my other friends that do it.
Okay,
But
and
they're like fitness guys, so they know.
So do you have like an app you're tracking everything with?
Carb. I'm not gonna give the app free.
Good point.
I stopped
Good point.
myself, but,
the Pass the Gravy carb counter that we created
That's
in-house.
what I use. But
Not available on the App Store yet.
So basically, just cutting out pasta and beer and soda for a week. I lost 10.5 pounds, which shows you just how absolutely unhealthy
That's pretty nuts.
I
I'm
was.
not gonna lie.
Well, according to my buddy, it's like mostly water weight in the first bit. But also, that's just, goddamn, I'm an unhealthy person, and I'm probably gonna die.
But you kinda
in the
knew
next
that.
10 years. Oh no, I mean,
You kind of knew you were unhealthy.
I have mirrors, so I was kind of aware.
Well, and like your lifestyle you live is mostly just drinking.
Yeah,
and
it's just hanging out and
eating
drinking.
whatever you want.
I mean, I've always said I was not born a free American to not do whatever I want
Very
whenever
good
I
point.
want to do it at all times.
Very good point.
And that also includes eating whatever the fuck I want and never running because these colors don't run. So
Makes sense.
my entire philosophy on life has basically led myself to not do anything to ever take care of myself.
Right.
And unfortunately, it hasn't killed me yet. I don't know how. I think I'm a superhuman.
I'm kind of stoked that you haven't died yet, and I'd like you to stick around a while because I got plans for the podcast. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, now once I joined this, like it changed everything.
Okay.
I mean, it really
Good.
changed nothing. But like,
If we
like I
ever
said, I'm a
win some sort
superhuman.
of award, I would like you to go up there and accept it on our behalf,
Oh,
and just
100%.
like do one of those brave speeches. Like, I was at a weird place in my life, and then Pass the Gravy took me in and changed how I thought about everything.
I was drinking at home every Wednesday, and they gave me somewhere to go drink,
and I went and drank with them.
and it was beautiful.
They're my friends.
Robert,
I'm also not wearing makeup.
Robert kind of hates me, but that's okay.
Robert doesn't show up for that award ceremony. He's like, I'm not gonna.
Oh God,
Nope.
there's no chance Robert would show up for that. Yeah, they've got other cameras there.
I'm good.
So yeah, that and just watched a bunch of football. Have not watched any of the live feeds for Big Brother just because the app. Well, partially because it's down to just so few people. It just hasn't been interesting.
we're down to
And-
5.
and I've been running around and out of town. But also just because the CBS app is bullshit and it just crashes all the time now.
You have to delete it.
I've done it.
And re-download it.
I've done that.
And log out and log back in.
I've done that, and it's just a pain in the ass. And when I'm laying down at night, and that's usually when I put them on, I don't want to have to do 15 things just to get to where I want to be. Like, I'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work, it's Netflix.
I understand
so
that.
I've been rewatching Frasier.
Okay,
Fuck, I love
Emma
that show.
is a big Frasier fan.
I love that
I've
damn
never
show.
really seen the whole show.
So good. Like, even as a kid, when I didn't understand a lot of it because it was smart, I loved it because it's funny, and Kelsey Grammer is hilarious. So it's David Hyde Pierce.
It's weird. We were talking about it because Emma and I have been rewatching Seinfeld kind of just as like a filler, like when the feeds are boring or something else. But like we were just talking about like she was like, would you bang Elaine? Like, would you have banged Elaine? And I was like, I don't know, probably.
It's one of those weird things growing up
Julie,
too. Like Julia Louis
Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Julie Louis Dreyfus is what I was like trying to say. Like that's not what it is, but it's Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
That's it. And
she's not like hot. Like she's not like.
But I totally would.
Yeah.
Like just because like now like of who she
is.
Also,
I feel like the clothing she wore on there was like very baggy shit all the time. So like it hid if she ever had a nice body.
Right. But like I was like, would you bang Jerry? And Emma said no. And I was like, what about Kramer? And she's like, no.
Oh, she totally would have banged Jerry. She's lying.
But George would be the one she would have banged out of the group. She picked George out of the whole group.
What?
So I was like, I don't know what that says
about
me.
The short, fat, bald man.
I don't know what that says about me, but maybe her taste isn't the best.
Oh, you know what it is?
Not that I have like a great taste in guys.
It's his anger. That's what you guys have in common is the anger. She's attracted to angry guys.
That makes sense. That's very true. Angry guys that aren't really able to do anything about what they're angry about.
She's got a very specific type.
Yeah. Angry, weak men.
And it's most white guys.
All right, so I'll go. I've been watching. I tried to watch the Big Brother feeds. Just there's 5 people in the house, and a lot of the stuff that they're doing is kind of like they're playing a lot of backgammon, a lot of chess. They gave them like an origami how-to thing, so that a lot of the time they've been just sitting around the table doing origami.
I mean, how long does that take you to finish the book?
I don't
9
know.
hours?
I don't know. No idea. I'll watch it. When I get home, we'll turn it on, watch the feeds for like 30 minutes to an hour. If nothing really is going on, then we'll either turn on The Office or Seinfeld or watch something else. And like Monday, we watched football after a while and just kind of watched the pregame stuff for that. Then yesterday, I watched Bill Burr's new special. Pretty stoked about that. Big Bill Burr fan. He's my favorite comedian. Is like,
mine too.
I would say I think like he's probably my favorite comedian ever right now. Like I get like he's not the best of all time. I don't think he's the best, and like by favorite, it's just I identify with so many.
I would probably
of the
agree
things
with
that Burr
too.
says. Like I think Chappelle's a better comedian than him.
Yeah,
I get it. I get
like
Richard Pryor.
Favorite and best are two different things.
No, Mitch Hedberg's probably my favorite. It's Mitch Hedberg.
See, that's
Bill
what
Burr.
I was thinking. Maybe Mitch, but I think I do go Bill.
I think that's why I get along with you so much because the same.
It's the anger that comes through for me.
And
now,
the sports and anger and just
Mitch
the shit that he deals with.
But his career was so short.
Very true. Very true. Body of work, Bill, then, I guess. But Bill Burr came out with a new special called Paper Tiger. It is phenomenal. Him and Chappelle's specials have to be the 2 best that Netflix has put out this year. Like, I don't really know a ton more that have been put out this year, but I know that there have been. It's like September, so definitely they've had 9 other months worth of specials. I know, right? And September 11th, let's
I almost said, well, like,
let's do a moment of silence real fast. Okay, we did that.
Yeah.
We don't want to get like,
I almost said
somber.
the year is young, too. I was like, well, it's not that late into the year. Because, like,
it's more than
every other day I think that. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, like, it's past July. Like, in my head, it's always March.
Right. I feel you. But just, like, Bill Burr crushed it. He covered a lot of the stuff. Like, it wasn't as controversial, I guess. And I quote
as
mark,
his usual
controversial.
Stuff? I got to watch it tonight.
It was. I mean, it was out there. It was not as like controversial as Chappelle's stuff, because Chappelle just went after a straight up group of people. But like he didn't go after him, but he kind of like called them on their shit. And Bill Burr, he kind of hits everything. And I guess some women are gonna be pretty pissed. People are gonna be pissed about it no matter what.
But that's every single Bill Burr show. He always finds ways. Like I feel like going into every stand up that he starts writing, he goes, I gotta find a way to just piss off women because it's fun, and it's like he always says. He says shit to make himself laugh,
right?
And it just tends to make other people laugh too.
And that's what I love about him is like he doesn't really care if he bombs.
No.
So like you get it, but like on a special, he's not gonna bomb. You know, it's all his A stuff. So like he killed it. It was probably not my favorite Bill Burr. I don't think it was my favorite, but like I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was pretty great, and like 5 ladles of gravy for me.
Ooh.
5 ladles of gravy. Like it was definitely worth the watch. If you haven't seen Bill Burr's special Paper Tiger, go check that out on Netflix. And before all that, I pretty much just watched football all weekend long. That was just about all I did A little bit on Saturday. I had the feeds up for a second, but not really too much, just to kind of try and see what's going on with like vetoes and stuff that's happening that nobody listening that doesn't watch Big Brother cares about. So I won't talk about that anymore.
So I haven't done too much. I'm moving at the end of the month, so I've been taking pictures of things and posting them up for sale.
Any hits?
Well, I've just been dealing with all that stuff, and that's kind of like a not cool teaser.
Ooh.
Dealing with selling stuff.
You moving to Canada?
No.
Okay, just had to make sure.
You should what are some items that you might be auctioning off on this podcast right now?
I have a couch. I have a
Ooh.
bookshelf.
Oh,
I have a
it's
dining
mahogany.
dining table chairs.
Should we donate some autographs for you?
Yeah, we'll autograph every item that you buy if you'd like. If you'd like.
I want them to sell. I want
Right,
these things to
so
sell.
that's what I'm saying. If you'd like, we will autograph them. If not, then we won't. We won't touch them.
I'm
If
gonna take a Sharpie to the back of your couch.
So at Robert Barbosa 03, be like, yo, I want a table and chairs. I'd like a couch. Hit him up, and then we'll drive the price up from there.
Can we get John to sign the chairs?
No, John does not get to. John does not get to touch any chairs. Don't let him anywhere near your chairs. He'll break them. He will break them intentionally.
That's pretty much where I've been.
It's just
All right.
that's pretty big. It is busy. It
Well,
feels
it's
like
a teaser.
but it's like when you're
We've
when
got
you're
like 4 teasers already. This
when you're
episode.
getting ready to move though, it feels like you're doing nothing when you really are. Like you're packing up boxes and stuff, and you're like, there's just trash here. It just feels like you're just like a hoarder. It's just got a bunch of shit. You're like, I'm taking down things off the wall. Okay, there's a weird part where you're like, am I gonna just order pizza and eat out the rest of the like when you get down to the final like week you're in there, you're like, am I just gonna get pizza and just eat some pussy all week? That's eat out. See, I get it. He picked up on that. But I'm just gonna eat pizza and pussy all goddamn week. So you're like pack up the pots and pans and stuff, and then all right, am I gonna take everything off the walls because it's gonna look weird? Like it's a weird feeling when there's nothing on your walls anymore. It's
P&P
like, what
Catering
happened?
Company.
Yeah,
That's an idea.
Yeah, P&P Catering. I like that. But
You
yeah,
have to do it in Vegas though, where
moving
prostitution's legal.
does suck. I am probably gonna renew my lease for like the 3rd year in a row just because I don't want to move.
Yeah.
When I find a place I like, I'm like, I'm never leaving this place because moving fucking
Why leave?
blows. Well, everybody's like, you can get a house. I don't want to get a house. Because when shit breaks, I'm like, hey, fix this. Fix this.
Yeah. And if you're gonna rent, then like an apartment's fine.
Yeah. I guess if you rent a house, they have to fix that shit anyways, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I
Sometimes.
mean that's what we do. I mean, the only reason we have a house though is my sister's dogs, so they have a backyard because we're too fat and lazy to walk them.
Yeah, walking's definitely helped keep me in shape, I guess. Not really. Still, I guess. But I don't know.
I mean, you got a nice spot right behind here though, so it's an easy thing for you to walk, and you have that where you can play fetch with her. So you got a good spot. You don't really need a yard.
True. But okay, so that's where you been then, huh? That was a solid one, gang, all around. This is Comeback Kid.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Fuck ties. It could have been a not cool. It's not. My football picks last week, I had Lions -2.5 over the Cardinals. Lions fucking on my app. It had an 88% for them to fucking win my bet. To fucking win my bet. Then the Cardinals are driving down the field. They score a touchdown. They go for 2 to try and tie it up. And I was like, fuck, even if the Lions win right now and the Cardinals don't convert the 2-point conversion, then I still lose by a half point. I'm still fucked on my bet anyways on the PTG picks segment. And so they go for it. I was rooting for Arizona to send it to overtime. And why the fuck do we have overtime at 10 minutes now? It was 15. Why the fuck is it 10 minutes?
Injuries, player safety.
They make millions of dollars. I don't give a fuck. Play 5 minutes. Play 5 extra minutes. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're
Yeah,
ruining the game. We're going to have ties every single year
Especially-
because of this shit.
Especially if it's a thing where if somebody scores, the other team gets a chance. If you have an 8-minute scoring drive and the other team now has 2 minutes.
Well, that's what you see, though.
Like,
That's 100% what you see. When you have a team
And
that
then-
doesn't get it, then the other team just tries to kind of
Yeah,
slowly.
they go for 8 minutes and don't get any points. And you're like, all right, now we have like 2 minutes tops to try and go all the way down the field and score, or we get a tie.
I mean, as a Giants fan, if the
Yeah,
Giants
or
ever get the ball first, I know that they'll just
13
give it.
minutes.
I know they'll give it to Saquon and just kind of like run it down the field because they're mostly a running team now.
Yeah.
And then like if they don't score a touchdown, they'll probably have a shot at a field goal, I would assume, because Saquon could have eaten up 9 minutes of it, and then it's like, well, we'll probably either win or win by 3 or like that's it.
We'll compromise a 13-minute overtime.
No, 15. Just fucking 15. You're a fucking professional athlete. I don't give a shit. Play the rest of the game. You didn't finish it in the regulation. You got to play overtime. That's how it is. I don't. You're not going to be
with
playing
you,
every
but-
week. You're not going to be playing a whole 15 minutes of extra overtime. If you're good, the rule is if you score the touchdown first, just score touchdowns, guys. Just fucking score. God damn it, Matt Stafford. Why'd you go out there and fuck me? You fucked me, Matt Stafford. You fucked me.
God, I've loved having him in the Packers.
I was going to go
division.
3-0. I was going to go 3-0 on my PTG picks. Fuck you, Matt Stafford.
But alas, you did not.
Fuck you, Matt Stafford. So ties are back because fuck ties are back. Fuck them. Also, a comeback kid this week is bullying.
Oh my God.
So bullying
But this
works.
is the good kind of bullying.
Bullying works, guys.
This is good bullying, though.
Specifically cyberbullying, because ESPN got bullied in the first half of the Texans-Saints Monday Night Football game.
So I'm at work watching on my phone and I'm getting fucking mad.
I was so frustrated too, and then I looked at Twitter and was like, okay, thank God I'm not
somebody
the
else
only
did
one.
this last year.
Was
It was like CBS last
I want to
year
say
did
like
this shit.
somebody. Yeah,
Anyway,
you're right.
What they were doing is the down and distance, like when it says first and
It was
10
in yellow.
in the corner of the screen, it's yellow. So after every play, bam, all of a sudden it pops up. And you know how it pops up? Exactly the same fucking way that a flag pops up.
But you know what? Yeah, and when you know what happens when I say yellow, I'm like, oh, there's a flag. So every fucking play, I'm like, who the fuck?
Every
held?
play.
Somebody. Oh, nope, never mind.
And that's why everyone's complaining, oh, there's so many flags. And in some games there were. But it just seems like there's even more.
In that
because
first half,
fucking
every play was a
game-
flag. That first half, every play to me and my dumb brain was a
Yeah.
flag.
So everyone on Twitter bitched about it so much that at halftime they changed it.
I didn't even bitch about it on Twitter because they got it all done already by that time. And I was
I
like,
remember I
what the fuck
loaded
is
up
this? And I
Twitter at
looked
one
up.
point and people were complaining.
Well, Adam Schefter tweeted it and was like, yeah, they've already changed it. So then they went from like a yellow down and distance marker to just a black and white down and distance marker.
Oh, you mean the way it's always been and it's
Super
worked
simple.
fine?
Super simple. That's all it was. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
And I remember last year somebody doing this too, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Stay away
How-
from yellow. There's
how-
so many colors.
How does nobody get this? You wanna
Robert
change
probably
color?
had
Green.
no idea that it was happening.
Green or orange or red. Try all of
No,
that.
orange is too close to yellow. I think orange. you
But
gotta
at
stay
least
away
it's
from.
not fucking yellow.
That's
The
true.
one color that you cannot specifically fucking use. They're like, somebody
Go-
in the
go
meeting's
like turquoise.
Dude, all right, let's just try and spice up the graphics. We're gonna colorize it a little bit. We're gonna throw some yellow on there. And nobody sitting there was like, yeah, but isn't that the color that pops up on a flag? And they're like, yo, I mean, people will be able to tell the difference. It's not gonna be a problem.
Can you see yellow, Robert?
Yeah, I can see yellow. I actually was watching part of this game and I saw him like that shouldn't be yellow.
Thank God, right?
I thought to myself that should actually be black and white. And that's when
But like every other play, we're like, is that a flag? Oh no, never mind. It's second down. Is that a flag? Ah, no. And like if there was like a close play, like maybe that was contact. Oh, they threw it. Nope, they didn't throw the flag. Damn it.
So
Damn.
frustrating.
And then like the next play, and you're like, well, they're never gonna throw a flag ever again, are they? On this, they're never. Like it was weird. It was so weird. Like the second half, I still wasn't 100% adjusted. It was better, obviously, but just. Bullying works because everybody just shit on ESPN, and like now all you got to do to get ESPN to do whatever you want is just bitch at them enough for a half of a football game. So PTG, if we want them to put us on ESPN for 30 minutes, all you guys got to do is hardcore at the same time. Just calculate like, fuck you guys, have Pastor Gravy on. Fuck you guys, put Pastor Gravy on. Fuck you guys, let
Gravy
Pastor
time.
Gravy host Sports Center. Ooh, let's do that. Let's do that. Let us host Sports Center. And then I'm pretty sure it'll go well.
Here comes the pitch. Long hit ball. That's a Darlin of a Marlin.
Darlin AF. Like a Marlin right there. Like what was this Darlin Marlin
They
thing?
would cut the feed right then and be like, you guys are instantly
Or
fired.
we would be famous as the Darlin like a Marlin would be the next Boom Goes the Dynamite.
Exactly.
That'd be exactly what it is. We'd be viral forever though.
They would cut the feed and just look at us. You guys are trying to fucking meme right now, aren't you?
Yep, we are. You got us. You
Yes,
caught us.
sir.
Is it John Skipper in charge of you? Yeah, you caught us, Skip. All right, so bullying is back. Sometimes it works, guys. I've always been the proponent of like bullying. Not great when you're just like getting the weak kid. That's not the way you do it. But like
No.
sometimes bullying helps people at certain points in their life when you're just like, hey, that's kind of weird. Don't do that. And it's like, I get you're allowed to do whatever you should be allowed to do whatever you want. Like if you're into action figures and superheroes, you shouldn't be bullied just because of that.
No.
But like sometimes like, hey, that's kind of fucking weird
You
what you're
bully
doing right now.
douchebags in positions of power when they do stupid things. That's
Or
what you do.
you bully your friends when they're doing something that's a little weird. It's
Oh,
a little
yeah,
weird. And you're like, hey man, I
you
love
have
you.
to bully your
I
friends.
love you, but just don't do that.
Actually, when they're your friends, though, isn't it just roasting at that point? It doesn't count as bullying. It's roasting.
Roasting is a form of bullying, technically.
Yeah, but I'm
A very
saying,
acceptable form of
But when
bullying.
it's your friends, you don't call it bullying. You just call it roasting.
That's true. Roasting has like made a big comeback in vocabulary lately. Mm-hmm. Everybody's getting roasted left and right these days. But yeah, bullying back in a big way. And hey, it's successful. Another comeback kid, this is a personal one for me, martinis. So I've been trying to, like, I love my Southern Star, but I was trying to just get like a quick drink, like late at night and stuff. If I haven't been drinking, it's like, I'd like to just have a nightcap. Martinis get you fucked up, dude. It's just shots.
Are you doing it with the olives?
Yeah, olives, and I'm
Shaken
doing
or
dirty.
stirred?
I'm doing shaken mostly because we have the little bar kit in my apartment, and I'll shake it up. It's nuts. I do the John Taffer, like I smile while I shake it up.
So
up
it's
high.
just straight up booze and an olive, right? And
booze,
like some ice.
a couple olives, some olive juice, and vermouth, which is also booze.
Oh, the
So
vermouth. That's right. Yeah.
I bought some vermouth, changed the game up, and also it's
Martinis
like,
are nice, dude.
like after you get over that, like it's got to be an acquired taste.
I like a
'Cause
gin
it's-
martini.
I'm not a gin guy.
I love
I can't
gin.
drink gin. I can't drink. It
love
tastes
gin.
like Christmas tree to me, and I drank it a bunch one time and threw up in a pool, which was not great.
Time to get back on that horse, baby.
It was a very weird. It was like a friend's pool.
Hey, you ride till you
with
can't
his
ride
parents
no more.
were there, and they're like, "Did your friend just throw up in the pool?" I'm like, "Yep, I did throw up in the pool." So we're gonna have to like clean that out. Sorry, guys. Like your drunk ass friend, is he gonna stay the night? I'm like, I'll find some place to stay. I'm cool. I'll just go stay in the street. I'm fine. I'm not gonna stay here. It was bad.
I threw up in the pool of the remember the Drury Inn? Right there. I think it was like 6.
Everybody
and
knows the Drury Inn, right? You guys
No,
know the Drury Inn.
it's the big red roof one. It's different now, but it's right at 6 and
Right by Topgolf.
10 and 6. Yeah, right there. Every year,
Very relatable.
my grandparents used to take me and my brother and my 2 sisters there, like over Christmas, like one of the days when my parents would throw their Christmas party, so all the adults could just get absolutely shit-faced hammered for one night, and the kids wouldn't be there.
Nice.
And we were in the pool, and my sister held me underwater for way too fucking long, and like I'm struggling trying to get up, and she won't let me up, and then I just vomited under fucking water because I was drowning, and then she got mad at me for throwing up, and she's like, "That's gross. That almost hit me." I was like, "You were drowning me." I was like 8.
You vomited in the fucking pool like that.
Yeah.
Just from underwater? Just
Yeah. Because she was drowning me. That's my fucking throw up in a pool story.
Yeah, throwing up in a pool is really messy.
And it just spreads.
It just
You can't just be
It's like chum.
Oh, I got it.
No.
I got it.
No.
You can't just just bring it back in with your hands.
You can't just
like
skim it.
pool
You can't
toys.
use the pool skimmer.
No.
It's everywhere. It's
No,
bad.
everyone's gonna get out of the pool and the pool's done.
And if it's like brown vomit, it looks like it's shit, and then everybody's like, "Oh God, no." You're like, "No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. That's not what it is." Mine was at night, and it was like you could just see like the pool lights, and it was like right by the pool light, and they were like, "Oh, what is that?" It just was a big cloud.
There's gin.
Dad, in the butt.
I made a martini in my mouth and it fucking came back.
But yeah, so I'm more of a vodka martini guy now, is what
Respect,
I'm
though.
trying to say. But yeah,
Like James Bond, vodka
It-
martini, shaken, hot, and stirred.
our next segment brought to you by our newest sponsors, Bee's Knees Honey Company. Look at me. I'm holding up some Bee's Knees honey right now. They sent me some Bee's Knees
Looks
beard balm.
delicious.
My beard is feeling better than ever. It is the shit. They gave me these little honey straws as well. And I've been making some matcha green tea every morning before I go to work. Keeps me up, keeps me ready to go. And best part of it is just to like empty that straw. You cut the top of the straw, you squeeze all of the honey out of it, and then you stir it right there.
I was playing with them and I was really worried.
Yeah, we had to actually take the honey straws away because Pat was about to break them all, and then like,
And
we were
I
gonna
can't
have
be trusted,
just-
and I get
just
that.
sticky honey shit all over our thing. But we're gonna try and have some of the guys from Bees Knees Honey Company on the podcast eventually as like a bonus episode. I'd love to talk bees. Bees are crazy. All the stuff that I've learned about them, it's absolutely nuts what these bees can do. But Bees Knees Honey Company is our go-to place for honey, lip balm, beard care, cologne, and more. Oh, fuck yeah. So I used to be a Burt's Bees guy. This is me straight up reaching into my pocket and showing you guys what I carry chapstick with me every day because I got sensitive lips. Like I face sensitive lips. But I was always a Burt's Bees dude. I got some of the Bees Knees Honey Company lip balm. It's got hemp in it as well, and my lips feel phenomenal. when I put this shit on. It's the best thing. Like, I feel like I'm putting it on like 40 times a day just because it feels great to put it on. But yeah, they've got beard care, cologne, and more. All of their products are natural and straight from their own bees, and anything that they add is 100% organic. They've got all kinds of different flavored honey that they get straight from the hive. Yeah, some of them get stung. I was talking to Madison over there because she's working with bees knees. She gets stung on the reg. Just no big deal. We're bee people.
I
That's
can't
how
do
it
that.
is.
I'm allergic.
Well, but I don't think they kill. I don't think these are killer bees. I guess if you're allergic to bees at all,
Yeah.
we'd put you in
So
a
I'll
suit.
order the
Then.
products, but I can't visit.
We'd put you in a suit. Then.
And you know how easy it is to order?
You just
Literally,
order
while you've been reading this ad, bam, I just ordered some beard cream.
beesneeshoneycompany.com. That's where you got to go. But they have all kinds of different flavored honey. They get it straight from their hive. Their creamed honey is delicious. It's perfect for toast and bagels or even in your coffee. Just like I said, the honey straws are as well. Their lip balm is made using just 3 ingredients. This is what I was hyping up earlier. Beeswax, 100% pure organic hemp balm, and organic peppermint oil extract. It's the peppermint. That's what it is. That's the difference. The peppermint is what I feel because it gives your lips that little kick. It's great.
Little tingle.
Their beard butter has hemp oil in it, and it's high in vitamin E. Look how great my beard looks, guys.
It does look good.
Beard looks phenomenal because I've been using their beard oil. Their beard butter, excuse me. It works as an excellent conditioner and will make your beard feel smooth like butter. They also sell bee pollen, which contains almost all of the nutrients the human body needs to thrive. It's a great allergy relief and rich in vitamins, minerals, proteins, and more. They collect the pollen from their bees and they put it into capsules, or you can buy pollen by the bottle. It's great for sprinkling on toast, yogurt, and smoothie bowls, as well as anything else that you're making. If it comes from bees, the gang over at Bees Knees Honey Company has it. Check them out at beeskneeshoneycompany.com. That's beeskneeshoneycompany.com. Also, go give them a follow on Instagram at Bees Knees Honey Co. Tag them on Twitter. This is a big thing. If you guys go get this, and we're encouraging all of you guys, go out, buy your Bees Knees stuff. Send us the screenshot. Once you've ordered it, you can black out everything that's got all your personal info. I get you. But at Bees Knees Honey 1 on Twitter, we want you guys to tag them, tag us. We'll retweet you. We'll give you a follow if we're not already following you, because we want you guys to support these guys because they're a local company. We're supporting the local people right here. These are the little people that are putting up a battle against the big people. They're fighting Burt's Bees. Fuck Burt's Bees. I was a Burt's Bees guy until Bees Knees Honey Company came around. Now I am 100% Bees Knees Honey Company. You guys, I want to see you guys buying some Bees Knees Honey Company stuff. I want to see you guys tagging us on that. We're going to retweet. We're going to follow the fuck out of you guys. We're going to give everybody next week that buys anything this week a shout out on episode 306. I promise you. Bees Knees Honey Company, guys.
That means I get a shout out.
Yeah. Shout out Pat. Early shout out next week. Pat.
I feel so special.
Pat Dion. But yeah, Bees Knees Honey Company, the best place to get anything that comes from bees. Bees Knees Honey Company. beeskneeshoneycompany.com. That's beeskneeshoneycompany.com. And make sure you tag them at Bees Knees Honey 1 on Twitter, as well as at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let's get to Not Cool. How about that, guys? Why don't we hop into that one? And I'm not really looking forward to these, so I'm gonna make you go first, Pat, because I'm not looking forward to these.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Strip the bandit off.
All right, so I'm gonna build up to it. Not being able to drink beer this week, it sucks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good not cool.
Like, at
especially
least-
because we have we got all the new beers. We got all the new because we've been
know.
just drinking. Like, I love Southern Strawberry. We've just been drinking the strawberry bombies because those are my favorite. And like, I'm
they're
biased.
delicious.
And when they're like, "What do you want, Alex?" I'm like, "Well, I want strawberry
Yeah.
bombies. That's what we want."
And I'll grab a subatomico here and there too.
Yeah,
but
typically it's just full of
Stick in your
bombies and
wheelhouse.
strawberry bombies in this bucket.
Like I said, at least I can still drink whiskey and everything too. But I miss all the flavors. I miss the variety.
Yeah,
There's something nice about just a nice cold beer.
Specifically a Southern
You
Star.
miss it. And my final not cool, I'll just give you the story. Friday morning, I'm at work, and me and my brother work together, and he's on the other side of the restaurant. And he texts me, he goes, "Hey, come back here when you get a second." And I come back, and he's crying. And he goes, "Hey, Dad just called, and Erin might have cancer." And Erin is the puppy that we have. I still call her puppy. She's less than a year and a half old now.
That was the one you guys had?
Yeah, that was the one that we had that we brought out to my dad.
No.
And and it sucks. It was she hasn't been putting any pressure on her back left leg for like 2 or 3 weeks now. We kind of figured she might have tore her ACL, but it was just my grandfather's surgery was coming up, so we had to put it off because we couldn't take her in until like we got him in and out of surgery.
So she's been kind of like limping around.
Yeah, but like then she would still take off on a full sprint. And, like she'd put a little pressure on there, but like when she's just kind of trotting, she's like 3-leg trotting.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they took her in Friday morning, and the doctor goes, "Listen, there's basically 2 possibilities. One is that it's a bacterial infection that is eating away at the bone in her leg." And, if that's the case, we can treat it and she'll be okay. And he goes, but really, there's a very, very small chance of that being the case. What it probably is she's got cancer.
She's a year and a half.
Yeah. And the doctor goes, if that's the case, we can amputate the leg, but she's still only going to have 6 months if we amputate the leg.
No.
So we've already decided we wouldn't do that to her. Because if she has to do that, there's probably, 2 months of recovery time on that. And then, the last 2 months, she's probably not going to be doing good. And then we just wouldn't make the dog suffer like that. Like, if this is the case, it's the end of her run. And as much as it sucks, I've chosen to look at the positive side of it. She's been living out on 11 acres, chasing shit, every animal she can find, day in, day out. In a year and a half, or just over a year, she's been out there. This dog's got to live better than most dogs get to live in their life.
Yeah.
And, she just got shit luck. And it's unfortunate, and it sucks. But, like I said, I'm choosing to look at the positives of it. Because otherwise, it sucks. And my buddy said it best, why this shouldn't be allowed to happen. Why can't dogs live forever?
Seriously, I would die. I would
planet.
die 100 times before I let my dog die.
Yeah.
Like when you guys know Felicia, she was fucking in the beginning of PTG. Like she was always barking in the background and all that and everything. And like that was the first dog that I owned by myself. In college, I went out and got a dog. I didn't know Emma yet at all. Like I met Emma, and Emma was like, "That's weird that you just wrestle with your dog and then your dog kisses you like right after that. That's weird."
That's weird. People are weird that don't play with their dogs.
That's just how we are. And she was like, no, she was not a dog person. So then she was just like, oh, I love dogs, but just I didn't realize, like, wow, you had a cool relationship with your dog, And that was one of the first things I felt like that drew Emma to me. But still, like, Felicia was my best friend in the whole wide world. And then she started getting kind of skinny, wasn't eating as much, and I took her to the vet, and she just had cancer all in her, and it was. I've never cried as hard as I cried during that.
Yeah.
Like that was, but when my parents' boxer got cancer, and like when I was in high school, I was a senior in high school, and they had to put Bailey down. That was the worst thing ever. And I've gone when I would take Felicia to the old vet that was out there in Katy every now and then, I'd be like, hey, I don't want to be in that back room. I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go in that room because that was a room they had to put her down in. It's like I just can't. I'm a weirdo. I get it. I'll wait.
Yeah.
But just. Like I don't know, dogs dying are like 100 times worse than, and I'm very lucky, and I get that like I've never lost like a super close family member, but like there's family members that I have lost.
Dogs are
family
like,
members
though.
But like you see the dog every day. That's like somebody that you interact with. It's your whole life, And there was a point where it was like me and Felicia against the whole world, And when my dad went with me to the vet when we got her X-rayed and everything, and I just remember like I just put my head on my dad's shoulder and just cried like a fucking kid. Like I couldn't keep it together, and I was a wreck for the month and a half that like I knew she had all that stuff. And then eventually they were like, she's got about 2 weeks left, and it was a week, and I was bawling when I called her. I had to put my dog down.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I can't talk. And like, we get it. We're cool. And just like that's the hardest thing in the world. Like being the person that has to pull the trigger on that shit too. Because you're like, I love you more than anything in the entire world, and I just don't I don't want you to be in pain. And
that's the big thing is like you don't want to stretch out. Like I said,
you don't want to
get the surgery, but like you don't.
That's
ever
for
want
you.
Them to feel
That's
little
for you.
little pain because they don't know. Then that was the thing. Like when my dad called us that my brother got his shift covered, and we drove up Friday. Like
I'm so sorry,
we could spend
man.
some more time with him. Yeah, like I said,
I'm
it
so
sucks,
sorry, dude.
But I've never had a dog get sick. Like our family dog growing up, Sarah, she lived. I wanted 12, 13 years. I think I was like 17 when she died. We got her right around when I was like 5, I think, on my birthday. And she was just, I mean, she lived a good life, and she was old, and and I remember me and my dad went to take her to the vet to put her down, and when it came time, I couldn't even go outside. I told I was like, I'm sorry, Dad. I was, and it sucked too, because then he came out and he was crying, and I just sat in the car for, it felt like an hour. I don't know how long it took, but the cool thing about that was, though, afterwards, like 2 weeks later in the mail, they had taken a clay print of her paw print and
I still
mailed it
have.
to us.
I have like a whole
That was
shelf.
awesome. But then our other dog, Brady's going on 13 now, and he's 95 pounds and not fat. It's just which is huge for a dog.
He's a thick boy.
So like he was just always a very big dog and in shape. And my biggest fear with him too is not that over a couple days he's going to stop eating and we're going to take him to the vet and they're going to tell us. It's that he's just going to walk off in the 11 acres like dogs do and just lay down and die in a field somewhere, and we're not going to find him for 2 days. That's my biggest fear with him, which, if he gets to live a full life without having to be put down, I'd be fine with it. But like when he dies, I'm gonna cry for days.
Yeah,
Because that dog has been my dude.
and it's like
for years.
just humans. Like no matter how much you love a human, like humans are just dogs. Only are love. Dogs
Yeah.
are just full of love.
and
That's all they care about.
and
It's
it-
just like, oh my God, you're here.
and
Like
it
Wheezy,
hurts
every
more-
time you guys come over, Wheezy loves Wednesdays when we record the podcast more than any other day because she's obsessed with Robert, who
Yeah.
does not give a shit that Wheezy's like he doesn't not like Wheezy, but just like he's not a big dog guy. We're huge dog guys, but Robert's just kind of like, hey, pat, whatever. Like kind of like Robert intros us every single week when we pew pew. Robert, hey Wheezy. Weezy's like, oh my God, it's Robert! Holy shit, Robert's here! He's like, hey Wheezy, hi. I'm gonna go set up the stuff for the podcast. Let's get out of here. And just like it's I'm so sorry, dude. Like I can't. That's the worst thing ever, man. That's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's
the hardest thing to make the call because I remember
because she's so young too, and she's so happy, and she just. The worst was Friday when we got there. She was still a little, like you could tell she was still under a little bit of the influence of the drugs from being, put under and like drilled into her bone, and she wasn't really herself. And then over Saturday and Sunday, she was herself again, but like you could tell she was just kind of like something's wrong.
like
So like I'm still
Dogs-
holding out. Like I'm not giving up until they get. And they said it was gonna be about 10 days. So probably right before next podcast. A day or two before that, we'll probably get the official word on what it is. So
yeah, please keep me up to like
Yeah,
you
I'll
have to
let
do
you
it
know.
online.
It's-
Just I want you to let me know at least.
yeah, like I said, it sucks, but you know what? I like I said, I'm looking at it this way. She's gotten to live a better life in her year and a half, just for how lucky she's gotten.
Yeah,
where she
No,
gets
I
to
feel
live.
ya.
So she's had a good life. Maybe it's a very short one, but she's had a very good life. And if we hadn't adopted her from that shelter,
Who knows?
maybe somebody else adopted her that wasn't so nice, or maybe she just got put down there. So, she was one of the lucky ones.
No,
Or
I
is.
completely agree with you. I completely
And
agree
it's just
with
one of
you.
those things. It sucks with dogs too, because from the beginning of their life you're there, and then when their life ends you're there. So like you are their whole world. So it fucking hurts even more.
That's
like
why
that.
I've been.
I feel bad because I know like Day Bow Bow is fucking just pouring tears right now listening to this if she's making it through it. But
I know that like just like that was the biggest thing with me was like I was like I have to be in that room. I've got to be in that room with you because I know like I was there when I got you. It was just her and me.
yeah,
And
yeah,
just-
like when it's this was a family dog
Yeah.
too. Like I was the one to rescue her, but I've never had my own dog.
right. No, I get you.
And
I'm not trying to knock you at all.
My God, it fucking hurts.
But just like it was weird because I was talking to one of my friends that had to put his dog down like within the year before I had to, and he was like, I was like, well, like, how do I know when it's time, man? Like I was just like bawling as I'm texting him. I was like, how do I fucking know? Like I don't know when. He was like, well, if you can't tell, like if she doesn't look like she's doing well, obviously like now is the time, But my dog just gave me a look. There's gonna be a time where she gives you a look and just you'll know. You'll know. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like dogs don't talk. And there was one morning that I was getting ready to go to work, and I said bye to Emma, I kissed Emma, and then I was like, oh, bye, Fifi, I'll see you. And then she just kind of like looked up at me with these eyes, and I was like, I think that's what she's telling me.
that's fucking
I think that's
rough.
what she's telling me. And it was like, I think that means you waited too long at that point where the dog has to tell you, but it's like, I wanted it to be her call. And like the whole time we went to the I'm trying not to cry.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm trying not to cry. But I'm sorry. We were like
I know
joking.
Felicia was rough. Yeah, you should have went first. You shouldn't have tried to follow.
Yeah,
this
I
one.
don't. I'm not gonna be able. My not cools are definitely gonna be way cooler than these. But what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? This podcast. This is why you guys listen to this, because we fucking. This is all real shit, man. But Felicia went with I took her to the vet, and like they did the shit, they stuck her with all the needle and everything, but like where they could just inject it, like it wasn't like they had to do it all right then. So she was all taped up. Then they brought her back to like, here's a buzzer. You guys tap this buzzer when you guys are ready for it. We're gonna let you guys have as much time as you want. And I was like, okay. And me and Emma just sat and like cried with her. And she kind of looked at us at one point. I was like, guys, fucking let's go. Let's get it over with.
Yeah, I don't think I could last more than 5 minutes in that room right there. I'd love him and I'd be like, dude, I gotta go. I cannot fucking prolong this shit.
To me,
out.
it's like and I was just fine. She kind of like looked up like, God damn it, like what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what we're here for? And she knew something was up too. And I was like, all right, and we hit it, and that was the worst thing ever. And like the vet couldn't have been cooler, vet couldn't have been kinder, and it's just like they get it, and that's that's why I could never be a vet. Like that's what you have to deal with every day. You have to deal with that shit all the time, or hurt animals and stuff. Like I couldn't deal with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking terrible person. But like for dogs, no, don't. Dogs should never be in pain.
People say that all the time. I like dogs more than people, blah, 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 but like few people fucking mean it.
For
I
real
mean
though. Ah, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry for you and your family. T's and P's for real.
Yeah.
T's and P's for
Like
real.
I said, still
for
holding out
Aaron?
hope.
It was Aaron, right?
Yeah, still holding out hope that the little pup is, she just got a bad infection, but we'll see how it goes.
Hashtag
this is the
Team
one
Aaron.
time she got a little lucky in her life.
Yeah, I think she's due.
Yeah.
She's due. She's young.
Because remember, like when we first got her and she was at our house, she hit her head or like was running around and like slipped, and then she got that fucking whatever they call it, where the ear starts swelling up.
Yeah.
Like the blood, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had that right away, and that's what was rough for her too. Was when we got up there Friday, you could tell she wasn't really happy with everyone because it was the first time since then that she got left overnight and wasn't at home. So it was the first time that she got left at a hospital again since the first time we picked her up.
And she remembered probably, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, no dog likes not being, like, because dogs, all they get all day, every day, they're around their family. You leave them at the hospital for a day or two, and they don't know what's going on.
I feel ya.
They don't like it.
I'm so sorry, man.
Good luck following that one, bud. What's your not cool?
All right. Well, the Giants secondary, I compare none at all. They just suck. And I'll move on from that. Anybody, like I said earlier, you and I could throw against them. Then, I'm sorry, guys. People getting mad at Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm standing up for a Cowboy player right now. I feel weird doing it. I feel like I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm going to do this. People got mad at DeMarcus Lawrence because after the Giants-Cowboys game on Sunday, there was a young, probably like 5-6-year-old Giants fan.
No, I think a little older, maybe like 7-8.
Okay, 5 to 8-year-old Giants fan in a Saquon Barkley jersey. I don't know if he's 100% a Giants fan, but he was wearing a Saquon jersey.
No, his dad said they like flew down from there.
Okay, so first, I'll get to that in a second. But DeMarcus Lawrence is walking from the stadium to his car that he has. He has a car service because he's smart and doesn't want to fucking get arrested like Des Bryant did because he's a dumbass doing dumb shit. He's like, I'm going to have a guy drive me around because you're an NFL player that makes millions of dollars. Just have somebody drive you the fuck around. Okay, I'm getting back into my thing, I think.
You're getting the anger. I like it.
Okay, because I'm fucking defending a Cowboys player, which is fucking the worst, but still. People getting mad at DeMarcus Lawrence because he was walking to his car from the Cowboys-Giants game.
It's not an autograph line or anything.
Not an autograph line. There's nobody else in a line or anything like that. And this kid walks up to him and is like, "Hey, can I have an autograph?" or something like that. And he's like, "Yo, bro, you wearing the wrong jersey." And just kept walking by. And
by the way, funny ass line.
Funny line.
He never broke stride. He just walked past and goes, "It's the wrong jersey."
I hate the Cowboys. You guys know this. So thereby, I hate DeMarcus Lawrence because he plays for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But like, if I were the dad in that situation, I'd be like, no, you would see a video of me being like, no, we don't talk to people like that. We don't talk to those people.
Yeah.
Not those people, but just Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
Dallas Cowboys.
Nice
We don't talk
nice
to the
recovery
Dallas
there.
Cowboys is what I meant, guys.
Well, so just trying to like use your kid to ambush a kid, like a guy.
There's
literally,
so many fucking people that do that,
literally
too.
15 feet away from his car away. Which, by the way, like, is there not a protected area for Cowboys guys to get to their car?
I don't know. Dallas doesn't
That
protect.
seems fucking
Huh.
weird.
Seems like Dallas is not great at protecting people in
Yeah.
cars.
Also, but most of all, dude, fuck this kid's dad. That, like, okay, the guy just didn't want to sign an autograph. He made a little joke.
It's a bad fan.
Wrong one.
It's a bad
but
fan.
But, like, dude, fuck you for being the type of person that's like, well, now I'm going to put this on social media to make
then
the guy look bad
fuck-
about not being nice to my child. All right, he doesn't know your child's shit.
Then fuck every other like white guy / girl that's like, well, the players play for the fans and they do this for the fans and this and this and this. Is like, dude, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a real fan, you don't ask for the fucking Cowboys autograph.
Nope.
I was with my buddy Andrew Packard one time. He's a diehard Texans fan. Shout out Andrew Packard. But he was, we went to a lunch when James Casey was at the lunch, and it was when I was working for Sports Talk 790. James Casey used to be the tight end / fullback for the Texans. And he was out there, and Packard was taking a picture with him. I think I was wearing my Giants hat even. And he was like, are you gonna do pictures? Like, I'm good, man. And I was like, I don't,
It's not
like,
my team.
I don't need you. Like, I don't want to, like, I look weird being like, I don't want you, like, I don't know. It's probably fucking uncomfortable. And I feel like half of those players don't, like, most of those players, not even half, more than half of those players don't even want to be there in the first place, where they're just kind of like, all right, this is weird. Why am I like I understand it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we pay your salary, whatever. Like, it's and then DeMarcus Lawrence, like what made me more on his side even was like he had like a charity event the next day, and it was like, yeah, the kid's got to know at some point. Like, I don't know, like he was not wearing my jersey, and it's like there's a difference in like if he was wearing like a Zeke Elliott jersey. Fuck Zeke Elliott, by the way. Anyways, who cares? But still, if he was wearing a Zeke or a Dak jersey and like went up and it was a Cowboys jersey, and the guy was like, "Fuck you." You're wearing the wrong
Yeah,
jersey. Then that's a
being
dick
said,
move.
Fuck you. That's one
But
thing.
wearing the opposing team's jersey, like, no. You got to understand, like, their two biggest rivals are the Cowboys and Eagles. Like, I totally get it. And that guy's he doesn't owe anybody anything. Well, he's making all this money. He should work for the fans. And we talked about this in the morning show a little bit today, and people were like, well, if you think about it, he only works 16 days a year. Like, if you think that an NFL player works 16 days a year, they have 16 games a year.
Yeah. I would say
minimum.
they work minimum 320 days a year.
Because they're working out, they're fucking practicing, they're doing training camps,
Actually, more
they're doing
than that,
all
'cause a lot
kinds
time,
of
even
things.
if they're on vacation, they're not missing workouts.
They're on the
while
goddamn
vacation.
beach with the fucking helmet on doing up downs
Yeah,
and
they're
shit.
finding a drill one way or the other. And I had said to my friends, I go, listen, probably still just sign the autograph, whatever. But like, I have zero problem with him not doing it.
No.
I would say probably just still sign it just because.
No,
it's a kid.
no. You don't back down. You don't back down. You got to fucking go
I'm just
hard
saying,
in on this.
I'm saying if it was maybe me, if I'm playing for the Packers, it's a little kid in a Bears jersey, I would probably walk by him and be like, nah, dude, not with that jersey. But then I turn around and just sign it.
100, right.
Because it's a little kid.
And I get you.
Whatever.
And if a guy...
But he's under no need to have to do that.
If, say, at our 300th episode, there was somebody with a Joe Rogan podcast shirt on. It was like, Joe, will you send me a shirt? I'd be like, 100%. I don't give a fuck. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not making millions. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. But, like, I totally get it. I totally get being like, no, bro, fuck you. Like, you're wearing the opposing team's colors and you're coming up to me because we just won. Like, I was embarrassed. And I was like, I would never have fucking walked with my tail between my legs.
Think Joe Rogan is the opposing team.
Well, obviously he's not. We're not anywhere. Like, we're like below single A at that point. I was making some sort of reference, and Joe Rogan was the first thing that came to my mind. But like, just like, I don't know. If a Weekly D podcast listener came up to me with a Weekly D shirt on and was like, will you send it? I wouldn't be like, fuck you. You're wearing the wrong shirt. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, man. Tight. You should check them out. What'd you think of Daniel and Danny's take on the Michelada bar? What'd you think about that? Those guys, check out Weekly D podcast, guys.
I'm a Michelada guy myself.
You're not? Yeah, I know. You already said that, didn't you? Robert would probably be a Michelada guy if you drank. Are you a spicy guy? Are you into spicy stuff?
Yeah, I guess so.
Although you like didn't you just have like peanut butter? No, it was pancakes. It was pancakes that you had for the first time,
French
right?
toast.
French toast.
Yeah,
God damn it, I was
French
close.
toast.
Yeah.
And didn't like it.
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he got shit on, but it is what it is.
Dude, he's an NFL. He's allowed to say no. He's allowed to say no.
He's just trying to get out of there. He's literally right next to his car. Don't ambush people there.
Exactly. What else? Let's move to answers. And our sponsor for the answer segment this week is obviously everybody's favorite air freshener company, Little M Shop.
That was weird.
.com. No, that sounded like you were doing coke right there. But he was sniffing an air freshener
I'm
is what he
sniffing
was
an air
doing.
freshener, but as soon as I
If you were
finished it, I
watching
was
the
like, that's
video
weird.
version, you would know. LittleMShop.com, the official air freshener sponsor of Pass Your Podcast. Change is good, everybody. Barack Obama taught us that, and I'm sure all of you guys understand that. Little M is now offering free shipping when you buy 5 or more air fresheners. You can now sniff them out on Twitter at Little M Tweets, at Little EM Tweets. Follow along for hilarious tweets and to show them how fresh you get with the hashtag Little M, Little EM. What are you laughing at?
You're fucking king of gravy portrait. The eyes just follow me everywhere.
Shout out to Alyssa Rubich or also Goth Charlie Kelly on Twitter.
Yeah.
But she put, like, if you're watching the video version, if you're not watching the video version, now you got to go check out the video version of the podcast on like Saturday when Robert posted
We
it.
should probably just tweet a picture of it too, because it's fucking gold.
We will post a picture of it. We've rearranged the studio because Alyssa made me the greatest piece of art that I think has ever been. Like, there's the Mona Lisa, and there's this, and it's called the King of Gravy, and it's just notorious.
It's Alex mixed with Biggie.
Notorious B.I.G.'s King of New York City poster, but with me as Notorious B.I.G. And it is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's on a whole nother level of phenomenal.
I'm so happy that it's here. Like, I didn't believe that it was real until she sent it to me. And I was like, I love this. I
can't stop looking at it.
I'm in love. I'm mad that I don't get to look at myself anymore.
You
but
should,
like,
see, that's what it is. You should put it behind me
just,
so that I don't laugh
because I wouldn't
at
get
it all
anything
the time.
done. I would just be staring at it like, I look great. Man, I look great. But,
all right, we should probably get back to the ad.
So, yeah, LittleMShop.com, the best air fresheners in the entire world. Fun fact, all of the air fresheners now just $2. You used to be like, oh, $2.50? What? Ooh. Yeah, now you can get 5 for $10 exactly. If you're one of those people that's driving around, like, we'll be real with you here. If you drive, like, look at your rearview mirror right now. If you're driving in the car, if you have one of those baby back bitch trees, if you have one of those stupid fucking trees, just know that you just killed 17 trees. Fun fact. Kill 17 trees to
murderer
make one of those little baby back bitch air freshener green trees right there. But you know who plants trees every time they sell an air freshener? LittleMShop.com. That's what they do. And actually, by planting trees, I mean they throw bird seed out, and then people pick up the bird seed and they drop it wherever else. But then that grows into trees, obviously. Mm-hmm. And that's just science right there, guys. So you don't want to be supporting the baby back bitch people that kill 17 trees per air freshener. You want to be supporting the people that make trees every air freshener that they sell, and they're all just $2. Why don't you just buy 5 or more air fresheners? If you buy 5, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing out of your wallet, and you get free shipping on it. Little M air fresheners are truly the best air fresheners in the entire world. My favorite designs are the Out of This World and the Rad, and my favorite scent is the Fresh to Death. If you don't have the Fresh to Death, they got all the other kinds too, though. They got the sweet cream, ladies. All you ladies liking that sweet cream. The Miami Beach is a fucking killer one if you want the Rad one. Those are my personal favorites, but you can go check them out. Go check out LittleMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. If you're purchasing anything from LittleMShop.com, tag us, tag them on Twitter. Let us know you bought it, because we'll follow you. We'll give you a retweet. We'll shout you out. That's what we're doing. It's just like that. With all of our sponsors, you tag us, tag them, show us you're supporting the podcast by supporting them, and we follow you. We give you a shout out the next week. That's the new rule, guys. We're going to give everybody shout outs that supports our sponsors, because the people that sponsor us are the reason that we're able to do this whole thing for free. A lot of podcasts now are being like, oh, get behind this paywall. No, we're never going to fucking charge you guys. We're never going to charge you guys a dime to fucking listen to our dumb, stupid conversations. / I almost cried this episode. So, like this is a very emotional episode. This was like the soap opera of episodes.
This was the most emotional episode we've ever had.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was. But LittleMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. Tag them at LittleEMShop on Twitter. Let us know what you guys are buying. We'll retweet you guys. We'll give you a shout out. We'll give you a follow. All of that good stuff. Little M air fresheners, the best air fresheners in the whole wide world. Our final segment of the week. Every week. Now, this started back in the day when I was in 3rd grade. I was in Miss Winter's class at Farr Elementary in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, it was Lawrenceville, Georgia. And your neck popped way too many times. You should go see a chiropractor.
I felt
but
good.
Still, by the way, update on neck. Neck is doing better. Neck's doing better. Got a curve in the neck now. But the answer segment came to be because I was in Miss Winter's third grade class in Lawrenceville, Georgia. She said one time, "There's no such thing as a stupid question."
Just stupid people.
She did not say that part. She left that part out. But she probably thought it. And I was like, well, okay, let me ask the question. I raised my hand. I don't remember what I asked, but I do remember everybody else in the class laughing at me and me feeling stupid. And then I said, one day when I'm in charge, there will be no such thing as a stupid question. And I will really enforce that. And I didn't really get put in charge, but I started a podcast. So sort of I'm in charge of that,
Yeah.
I guess. I'm a third in charge with you guys. And
you're more than
I'm a third in charge with Robert and Pat. But like, if you guys send us anything,
what does Robert get 2/3 and I just get like 1%?
you get a third. Robert gets a third. I get a third. But like, if there's any like significant things that happen with it, I probably get the deciding vote.
A third plus 1%. That's what you have.
Exactly. Yeah, I have 34%.
There you
I
go.
own 34%. Depending on whatever else that happens.
33.4%.
And if anybody else tries to come in on this, then like I own 51%.
No, that's what you have. 33.4%. Then we each have 33.3.
That's true. Yeah,
There you
okay.
go.
Look at our math guy right
Matt,
here.
dude, 2
Look at our
weeks in
math
a
guy.
row we're mathing so hard.
Shut up, people that said we're not good at math. We're good at math now. All right, but if you want to send us your answers question, we go through Twitter first, at PassingGradePod, hashtag PTG Answers. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at NotPatDan. Robert's at RobertRobosa03. And you can also email them to us if you'd like. Answers at PassingGradePod.com. What the fuck's happened with Squatch God? Squatch God's kind of gone MIA since we called her out.
Well, she's probably hibernating. She's the Squatch.
Makes sense. But here is this week's answer segment.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why just answer the question? Be honest. No big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Oh, you almost talked before it again.
I knew. I've been scalping some David S. Pumpkins suits this last week.
Really?
That's what I'm going to be wearing for Halloween this year. FYI, guys. I'm going to be, any questions? And 7 people are going to get it. And if you listen to the podcast,
it's 2
you'll
years
get.
old.
I think it's older than that. I think it's like 4 years old.
No way, it's 4 years. I'd say 2017.
I don't know. I'm not going to do the math on it, but
We already did math today. We don't need to do it
we've
twice.
done enough math. But our shared son, Pat, and I have Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
At OMG at Skylar on Twitter. He says, is the first syllable in ramen pronounced like the name Raymond or like Raw? And I think I just gave it away by the way that
it's fucking wrong. Nobody says Raymond. You want some ramen
I'm sure
noodles?
so many people say Raymond. But
Yeah,
like,
if you say ramen noodles, you're fucking wrong. You're fucking
it's
wrong.
ramen noodles.
It's
Yeah,
ramen
It's
noodles.
ramen noodles. Robert, you agree with this, right? Yeah, Robert agrees. So it's 3-0. That's a pretty easy one. Skylar. But like, I think he and his girl are kind of arguing on pronunciations lately. Like, his girl's pretty tight though. So like, I just think like if we can just zoom in on him kind of making out with my dog a
Weezy
little
just
bit.
gave me a kiss.
Weezy loves you. She's like,
She's your
oh,
little
Pat,
bumpers.
don't worry. I heard bad things. Don't drink whiskey. She will drink whiskey. Weezy's the first dog I've ever owned that just drinks anything that's in a cup. Like, if it's in a cup and she can reach it with her tongue, she will.
Felicia never went for beer?
No. Felicia, like,
She seemed like she would have been a beer puppy.
she probably would have been a beer puppy if I had tried it, but I never really forced her. Like, I'm not a guy that's going to, like, put beer down for my dog. I did used to give her a steak and a beer for her birthday every year. And I would cook her a T-bone steak because she got that, and then she got the bone, and then I'd pour a little beer out, and it's all foamy, so she's done with it in a second. But Wheezy, if you have like a beer and like a pint glass and you set it on the floor, Wheezy's like,
Why would you sit
why-
it on the
why-
floor?
like if if there's a bunch of people over and you're just sitting on the floor, like, I'm just saying, like, in any situation she can get to it, she'll lick it. It's crazy.
What's up? She's a little booze hound. Boom!
Well, she's the same way as like when Emma would have in her car, she would have just like a cup holder in her cup holder. She would have a glass of water, and Wheezy would just.
Yep, water. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you
Yeah,
doing-"
she didn't have a road soda. What's up?
Emma's not actually she's not a drink driver. I'm the drink driver. I used to be I'm not anymore, but
So, yeah, it's definitely ramen.
yeah.
Nobody says it's ramen
ramen
noodles.
He said maybe Ray Romano.
No, even he doesn't.
Oh, Deborah.
Maybe his brother.
It's ramen noodles. Oh, I don't know.
I bet you think the ramen noodles.
It just sounds like we're doing Kevin. It just sounds like we're doing Kevin, but they're very similar.
Voice.
Brad Garrity, I believe, is the name of the actor.
Garrett.
Brad Garrett.
Yeah. God, I fucking love him.
Our boy Brant Tobler, friend
So
of the
good at the
podcast,
pacifier.
opens up at Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas all the time. So go check out Brant Tobler. If you haven't listened to the Brant Tobler episodes of Passive Gravy, what are you doing with your life? Go check them out when you're done with this one. And then Brett Brandon at Prize of a ZJ. Now he's told us this. It just took me forever to realize that's what he was saying. I thought it was Price of AsJ. It's Price of a ZJ from Beer Fest, and we talked about this with him. That's what he was trying to explain. He wasn't asking us a question. We thought he was asking us a question. Price of a ZJ, AZJAY on Twitter. And Brett Brandon says, "What does it feel, or why does it feel like you're more naked when wearing only shoes than when you're actually naked?"
Because the fact that there is something on, but not covering your privates, makes you more aware of how exposed everything else is.
Like when your dong's kind of just hanging out there, you're like, whoa.
Like, well, my feet are covered, but my balls are being chilled by the air. This is
odd.
This is wrong.
This shouldn't happen. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just like the fact that you have clothes to make you more aware that you are naked everywhere else.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's kind of like
or it would be like even if you just try putting on socks. When you're naked, you're like, this is
so
not
okay.
right.
Like when you get dressed in the morning, Pat, what do you go with? Like say you're butt ass naked, you got out of the shower. Where do you go? You go. I go boxers first, obviously.
Underwear first.
Boxers, socks.
No, underwear, pants, shirt, socks. I do socks final. Socks then shoes.
See, I do socks then pants.
Something about wearing underwear and socks and nothing else is still weird to me. Just like
But
that.
Socks to me are underwear.
Not to me. Socks are socks.
To me, socks are underwear because they're like you're wearing them under it, under
they
everything.
are, but just like
sometimes I'll go shirt over boxers,
underwear pants,
but then socks. But usually it's either socks or it's either boxer shirt or boxer socks is usually what I'll go to. Then usually pants, and that's it.
No, I will say that sometimes, like if I get home after a long day or whatever, like I'll take my pants off, and sometimes the socks will just stay on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially you got a fresh pair of socks,
like,
dude.
I'll just be sitting on the couch, just in underwear and socks.
I agree with you.
But when I'm getting dressed, it's underwear, pants, shirt, socks. Like sometimes,
Robert, what about you?
Sometimes socks come before shirt, but normally the shirt comes first, and socks are final.
I'm underwear, shirt.
Okay.
And then if I'm wearing shorts, it's shorts, then socks. If I'm wearing pants, it's socks, then pants.
That's a good call. That's a good call because if it's shorts, I always go socks after the shorts because you don't like. To me, I'm always like, I don't know, the pants gonna fuck up the socks. I don't know about that.
I feel like it's a psychological thing that the socks go before the pants because you're thinking, even though nobody wears high. Actually, I'm kind of wearing high socks right now.
I wear high socks a lot of times.
So that's what it is.
Or middle of the leg socks.
You don't want to put socks up and
Every
then have
day.
the pants go over or like have the pants go on first, then have to pull the pants up as you're going with the socks. See, for me, I wear ankle socks 99% of the time.
Okay. See, that's the difference.
So it doesn't
in
matter.
all
Yeah,
of us.
they just I throw leg up on the knee.
Right.
What's
What's your sock game like?
Ankle socks.
Yeah.
Ankle socks always. Mm-hmm. See, I'm always high socks.
Usually, if I'm just out of ankle socks, is when I go high. I got no opposition to them. It's just
fun socks are always a conversational starter. Fun fact
like
for all of you single fellas out there. Not that I'm picking up chicks with them or anything, but
Do
like
you wear high socks with shorts?
sometimes, depending on what I'm doing.
I used to when I went to bowling class.
If I'm not wearing, if I don't wear high socks with shoes when I'm wearing shorts, I usually am wearing flip flops or moccasins. And moccasins you don't wear shoes with.
Yeah.
So.
I used to wear my cargo shorts, then my high black and green 4-leaf clover socks, and my Sperry's.
There you go. See,
That's what I wore to bowling.
See,
I was a
I
douche.
fought against the Sperry movement as a white guy.
The only reason I had them is
and I went moccasins
I was visiting my uncle. I had a pair of
to
moccasins
embrace
I used to wear.
embrace our original culture.
But the only reason I had the Sperry's is I was visiting my grandfather one time, and like he made me because he really wanted to buy me a pair of shoes. And
I mean,
whatever
I'm
shop
not
we were
knocking
in,
it.
Those were the only shoes that. No, I used to make mad fun of Sperry's. But
They're
then
just very expensive.
But then I put them on. And I was like, all right, these are actually pretty
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
comfortable.
if you wear them, like, it's like I understand why.
But
they're like
I
$90.
also wore them as everyday shoes, so they got super dirty.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. But don't worry, they'll float if your boat goes under. That's a fun
Exactly,
fact
and
right
that's
there.
all you need.
So like it feels more. You feel more naked when you're wearing only shoes because just like you got something else on to let you know that you're more naked elsewhere. That's pretty much our answer for that.
Yeah.
Then our next question comes from our girl Glamour Perry at Glam, the number 4 LYFE, Glam for Life on Twitter. She says, if I get my friend a diaper genie for a baby shower, do you think she'll get the hint that she's a shorty friend? Now,
I honestly don't understand
I
this
was
at all.
a shorty friend. Now, I was hoping you guys would understand that more than I did. But we also thought that price of a ZJ was price of ASJ for like a month. So we're dummies. So
You thought that.
I thought that for sure. But still.
You should have you should have messaged her and been like, can you clarify this statement? Because, yeah, I have absolutely no idea what this means.
So I looked up on our good friends at Urban Dictionary. Have affectionate term for girlfriend, attractive female, or concubine. A short piece of Cat5 cable used to connect two devices that are closely in proximity. And then a female companion, usually referred to as baby or bae.
Is she trying to say
a
that
southern
she's so
friend.
short that she needs to wear diapers because she's like a baby?
No, it's her baby shower. I just think like she's a shorty friend. It's like, yeah, you're not that big of a friend. Or like you're... Like I feel like maybe shorty friend is like you're a baby friend. You're a friend with a baby, which is what shorty means. Like, cause shorty would be like the term for babe or baby. So like that's what I would assume.
I don't
that
know.
means.
Glam, we're going to need a clarification to see if we even answered this right because I feel like we didn't. Maybe
Glam, if you hit us up...
We might have to re-answer this next
week.
week.
If you explain it to us, just be like, we'll remix the answer.
Maybe there was a typo in here somewhere.
It's the
that
remix
changes
to
everything.
answers questions. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. We can't sing this song now because this guy's kind of a bad person.
Kind of.
I mean,
He's a piece
I'm
of
trying
shit.
to fucking go with the lyrics, Pat. He's pissing on all these girls and he's raping them too. We ain't cool with R. Kelly, but we're gonna sing his songs now.
You had so many chances for rhyming there and you couldn't hit
I know.
anything.
I'm not a fucking rapper, dude. I'm sorry. I leave that to Lil Nas X, dude. I leave that. That's his thing. That's his thing. All right. Get off my ass.
See, now I understand why Chris used to get so mad when you would try and flow because I have the feeling nothing rhymed ever.
Oh, they never did. They never did. I'm a white guy. I don't rap.
Eminem,
Yeah, one guy.
Young Gravy. How are you going to abandon our prince?
No, our he's a prince, but our king is Lil Nas X.
Exactly.
Good point. All right, touche. But yeah, I think like, do I think she's gonna be a shorty friend? Is shorty friend just being like, yo, you got a baby, which is what baby is short for? That makes sense.
I don't know.
So you're a friend of the baby. I don't know. If you
This is
can
the first
explain
one
it,
I've never been able to answer because I have honestly no idea what is being said.
if you explain it to us a little bit more, Glam, we love you, and
You
we'll get back to
probably-
you next
you
week. I
probably
promise you.
should have,
You'll be the
should have
second.
asked her this before you put it on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
This one's on you.
You should just ask us, Glamour, and we'll
This
put
is
you
just-
right after
this-
Skylar next week
This
and
is
the
just
questions.
bad work.
All right. I'm sorry. My bad. I thought we would be able to figure it out as a group.
Nope.
Excuse me. But that's the beauty of the answers questions. Like if you send us the stuff, I told you we're gonna get to anything you guys send us. And if we don't understand it, we're gonna look like dumbasses. And we
you
probably
could've-
are looking like
you could've-
idiots.
Or you could have just asked him to explain.
Some idiot or some
For
person
me,
probably
that
like
might as well have been written in Vietnamese.
no, but some person probably right now is like, these idiots have no idea what she's talking about, and we're like just trying to like discuss it, and they're like, you're
right,
dumbasses.
we don't. We are two very basic average white guys.
We're basic bitch white
I mean,
guys.
that's why we have a podcast.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly. Our next question comes so Glamour, just hit us up and let us know exactly like if there's a definition of it, if it's an explanation, and then we'll 100% get back to you next week right after Skyler's question.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question comes from our girl Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston. She says, beef jerky, just cow raisins.
Yes, but I think I'd rather call them meat raisins than cow raisins.
But it's beef.
Because you can have turkey jerky.
Is that beef?
No.
It's turkey.
Yeah.
So beef
I don't
jerky
know,
is
I
100% cow raisins then. It's just like
I like the sound.
dried out, just like...
But you don't call them grape raisins. They're just raisins. But like I think meat raisins just falls off the tongue.
It sounds cooler, but I think they are 100%
I mean, they
cow
are.
raisins.
They are, but I think we should call
But
them
cow raisins makes
meat
you think of
raisins.
poop. You know?
Oh, and I don't want to think of poop when I'm eating jerky.
But
I love jerky.
Robert, what would you say? Would you say does it make you think of poop, or does it make you think of like, oh, that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes me think of poop.
Because it sounds like cow pies.
Beef jerky, cow pies.
No, cow raisins.
Cow
makes me think
raisins
of-
does sound
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah.
It should be meat raisins. Because it's dried out meat.
I agree. Okay.
It's not a dried out
meat
cow.
raisins, but like
a
we
dried
also
out cow would be very tragic to see.
Oh, that would be. They have rugs like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. It should be meat raisins.
But still, I think like cow raisins, that place.
It is.
That place.
It is, but I think we've come up with a better name for it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But still, cow raisins, I think plays as well.
Yeah,
So very
it is.
good question, Danielle. Our buddy Ronel Gallardo at Ronel Gallardo, Gallardo. He says, who would win in a fight between Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel? Now, our PTG cage matches are really like taking off, I feel like.
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, I'm just hoping they make out. They just start like making out in a waterfall or something like that, you know, right? Like that's what happens with chicks, right?
I want to say Wonder Woman.
They just totally les out.
I want to say Wonder Woman, but like, I think it would be Captain Marvel.
I don't know anything about Captain Marvel.
Captain
I'm gonna
Marvel
go.
has-
I'm gonna go Wonder Woman 100% of the time because she's got an invisible car,
I
right?
like her more. Like I liked her character more.
She has an invisible car, right?
Plane.
Invisible plane. Oh, so
Invisible
you can
plane.
totally fuck up like Captain Marvel. Oh, really? Didn't see it coming. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
don't
go
know,
Cap.
just the
I'm
fact
gonna
that
go
Captain
Wonder Woman.
Marvel can shoot like energy out of her hands, and Wonder Woman
Oh,
can't.
real original. The Jedi's weren't able to do that for
I
years.
know. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Crossing
go with Captain
fandoms?
Marvel.
Like,
You know, Captain- I'm gonna-
I'd rather Wonder Woman win,
Yeah,
but
me too.
I think Captain Marvel would win. I love Gal Gadot.
I disagree, though. I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman in this one. So we agree to disagree on this. I feel like I'm getting outvoted, and every time I put it to a poll. So I'm gonna say Wonder Woman wins, but I am in the minority because Captain Marvel, according to the two of them, will be the winner of this fight. Our next question comes from our buddy, Todd Voss. Todd Voss, what's up, Todd? At as_seen_by
Hot toddy.
_TV. His wife does not call him Hot Toddy, I don't believe.
I do.
You call him that. I don't think his wife does. But our buddy Hot Toddy Voss,
Hot toddy.
he says, are elves the small things that make cookies and toys, like Keebler and Santa's elves, or taller bow-wielding, pointed ears like Lord of the Rings?
Oh, they're
Let
they're
me say that
basically
again.
different species.
Yeah, I'll repeat it again. Are elves the same things that make cookies and toys, like
No, you already
Keebler
said
or
it wrong again.
Santa's? All right, you read it.
Are
then.
elves the small things that make cookies and toys like Keebler or Santa's elves, or
Touche.
taller bow-wielding point ears like Lord of the Rings?
You can tell Pat's not been drinking beers all day.
No, but I've been drinking whiskey the entire podcast, so fuck you.
Fuck yeah, you're bigger than me though.
Yeah, here's the thing. They're both. They're different species of it, much like if you were to group orangutans and chimps. They're both apes, but different species of apes.
Like
Now,
monkeys.
There are the tall sniper elves, and
Correct.
there are the small worker elves. They're both there.
And there's the Christmas elves.
Yeah. They're both there. It's just a different species. It is basically the difference between a chimp and an orangutan. Is the best way I can explain it to you.
That makes sense. And the same like family,
Yeah.
just not the same.
They're in the same. They're in the same genus,
That's what that sounds scientific.
but a
I
different
mean, I know it is. Genus,
different classification.
species.
Yeah. Same
then-
genus, but different classification.
Yeah, exactly. Then
Science.
let's just leave it on that because we sound super smart.
Yep.
You can follow us at the CIA and at science.com/PTG. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sorry if this got weird. I feel like we got off on like a bunch of
We
tangents.
got real.
I still thought it was pretty Darlin like a Marlin. The whole podcast was. And don't you guys forget to work that fucking piece of shit fucking phrase in there.
It was Darlin like
It was
a Marlin.
It was Darlin like a Marlin. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Like honestly, you guys listening to the podcast makes us doing stuff like this so much worth it. Like we're like I waste Robert's Wednesday when he shows up. I get it. I get you. I love you, Robert. But I know like Robert's
Every
got like
week we start later and Robert gets more angry.
yeah, Robert's got a million other things
But
to
it's too
do,
nice to
and then
say
he
anything.
puts up with our shit. And we appreciate you guys putting up with our shit because we love you guys. Without you guys, we would have nobody to talk to. And legitimately, you guys are the best part of our week when we get to talk Pass the Gravy with you guys. Go make sure you're giving us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you would, like, it'd be the coolest thing in the world if you just write a sweet ass fucking review of us. Like, you can roast us, just review us. Just give us the review with the 5-star rating as well, and it helps us show up so much higher in iTunes than we do already right now. Anywhere else you're listening to us, 5 stars, review it. Make sure you're subscribed. Share us with a friend because that's the best way that we can spread the podcast. You guys, like seriously, if you're like, hey man, this podcast I listen to every single week, you should check it out. Just like, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And we can grow the Gravy Gang a little bit more. We love you guys. You guys are what keeps us going. And I really appreciate you guys sticking with us through all the dumb shit that we make you guys listen to. I know it's football season. I know the episodes are a little bit longer. But bet on all of the picks that we make because you will make a fortune if you do so. We love you guys. And anybody has anything else? Nobody? Robert? No. Pat? No? All right. Well, you guys have a great week. We will talk to you guys on Wednesday next week. Until then, pass the gravy, you motherfucking bitches.